Tonight on RGB, we go no filter on what it takes to earn a living on the gram with a panel discussion with those who have found a way to make the slay pay. Welcome to the show that makes celebs zalapha eMzansi zithi, oh hell no, please do again. It's the real Kapoza. My name is Sanazo Yolwa, and njengoba iyi Heritage Week, sizoqhubeleka nesiko lethu tonight of behind-the-scenes stories with a no-filter look at what it takes to be an influencer with social networks. And the hand in daughter, as always, Mr. Swagalicious, Mr. Manges.
Molale kuninonke emakhaya kwaye siyavuya ngento bana ndiphinde nazo sijoyina namhlanje. Namhlanje we did say that we have a no filter close up look on the world of influencers. Njengesiqhelo ke bethuna siniphathele ispice esingaphezulu kwala account yala inkampani yenkukhu.
Diasbona Sanas extra hot.
Extra hot. Exactly. Now, with today also being World Right to Know Day, we'll strive to ensure your rights to all the gossip and glam info are upheld. Maskaule sikhuk.
Now, social media has given us so much, from trolls and haters to money makers, baby. Influencers are still a relatively new concept, Masicho, apa eMzansi. So, exactly grand kwenzakalani here. So here to answer those questions and so many more are some of South Africa's top influencers and move makers. We begin our Influencers 101 with RGB's panel. Ehleliyo apha, Glamour's most glamorous influencer, Sarah Langa McKay. Our favorite fashionista, Melmo, digital content creator Naye Omnu digital content strategist, Siyabani. Ladies, welcome. You're looking stunning. Round of applause. Samora. When you met people and told them you were an influencer or a social media influencer, how long does it take to convince them that this is actually a real job?
I don't think a lot of people take it seriously until they start seeing you collaborate with renowned brands or brands that they wear or they would love to be part of. But I think over the years, people have started taking it seriously as a job and they want it.
We still didn't really know what we were doing, you know? All we knew is that we were sharing our life on social media, people found it interesting, and we started growing a following. I think only now we're having the scenario where we're collaborating with brands, we're collaborating with each other, and we're starting to formalize it. So it's amazing. We opened an industry. Yeah. It's quite crazy.
Yeah.
Melody was probably one of the oldest in the game. She's been doing this for, I think she launched the influencer industry. And when I started off, I really admired the work that she did and the content that she created online. We happened to grow a really strong bond and friendship, and I learned a lot from her.
We've seen collaborations between celebrities and brands before. However, with influencing, do you feel like now it's being able to bring this to a lot more people?
I think there's a sense of believability when it comes to influencers because we are also ordinary people. Celebrities have a sense of stardom that is normally hard to attain. So people find it difficult to relate to them when it comes to collaboration with brands. So that is why you'll find that brands will lean towards, collaborating with influencers as opposed to celebrities because other people see themselves in us. Yeah. You know what I mean? We everyday people.
Yeah.
She says she's everyday people.
I was about to say.
Meanwhile, some of the first shoots in this Bonayo, she is in Greece, darling.
Because also so through social media, would you not say that you guys have kind of become celebrities in your own right?
Not really, because I don't want to discount what celebrities do. For example, Snazo is an amazing presenter. Boiti is an amazing rapper. Why was that?
I was no.
You hesitated for a second.
Yes, you hesitated because you were thinking.
She has many talents.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. Which title are you going to choose?
Yes. So that's why the hesitation was there, because there was a variety of talents.
Social media has given us a platform that not many have. So it has kind of elevated, I wouldn't say like our status, but it's given us, I don't even know what the word is, but it's not like, yeah, I understand.
It allows you to build some form of credibility for your passion. For me, and well, for three of us, we love fashion, so people get to see how we choose the stuff that we put on our bags, basically.
It takes talent. Friend, we have a talent. Otherwise,
They're
everybody would be
poser.
doing it.
No, true.
No, friend, you have to be creative. It's so difficult to be turning out content all the time because people will be DMing you. You haven't posted in a week. What's happening? So you always have to be in that creative mind, even when you're not feeling like doing it. But to remain relevant and to keep your audience engaged, you need to always be in that creative space, and it's sometimes difficult.
How much of an investment do you need to make in order to reach the level of influence on social media?
It's a great investment. It's like any other business. Like it is a business because you have to put a capital to any business. So yes, obviously it plays into your creativity as well, because there are a lot of people that have nice clothes, but do they document it like we do? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people that have a lot of money, but can they style themselves the way that we would? You know what I mean? So it does take some finesse.
Creativity, friend.
It does. Yeah, it requires a lot of
and planning. Thought process. You know, but it's not to say that if you don't have what we have or a lot, you can't do it. You know, in the beginning, you know, use your resources, what you have. Be creative. You don't have to have money, like what she's saying. You don't have to have, you know, the designer brands and the amazing hair and whatever. People will engage with what is authentic, and the money and followers will come after.
Moshe used to be a content creator.
Yes.
And he used to use his phone. He used to sit on a crate of beer, I remember, drink very cheap wine. But he managed to keep us engaged because we were enjoying what he was producing.
Hashtag woofmentation.
Exactly.
Authentic.
Okay. All right. So all of that has then now turned into the platforms, the fame, and more recently, the accolades in the form of Glamour's Most Glamorous Women. Talk to me about those awards and what they mean to you.
It means a lot because also it means that the work that you're doing is really being acknowledged by reputable publications.
I think it's so crazy that in this day and age you can have, you know, influencers acknowledged on the same stage as celebrities. Because back in the day, we used to look through the magazines and see only celebrities getting these awards. But right now, Sarah won it last year, Sia and I this year. So it goes to show you how social media has changed the game, guys. Like the fact that we are right there with, you know, people that are on TV almost every day, people that are on radio. So it's great.
It's not easy. We sacrifice a lot of our privacy, our life. Most of the time we have to go to events in the evening to stay relevant. You know, it's costly. Sometimes you invest in brands that don't want to invest in you.
And you can't wear the same outfit
twice, you know?
That's so struggle, guys.
So I think firstly, it was great being acknowledged by two magazines that I grew up loving.
Hey, ingathininzi into thethwayo apha. Maske sithathe ikhefu man, ndifuna amanzi.
Kesithi khabu and mind our business. Now, I'm pretty sure that you can barely hear us talking over the sound of you typing, searching for these lovely ladies on Instagram. Well, while you're putting that Insta info to good use, zokabe sithi tsi qata kwintengiso.
Recharge yourself, recharge your phone. Iriyokopo zizobuya.
Go.
Coming up, our panel continues its behind the filter look at influencer life with a look at online stalkers. Masingeneni ku-round 2 ke bantu of tonight's check-up on the social sets of Instagram. If usandungena wena endlini, thatha ipen nephepha and catch up with us.
Having covered the basics of that influencer life, we go to the fun and oh so enjoyable downside of cyber life, trash talkers or trash stalkers. Sisangola nendwendwe zethu ke Langa, Molale, as well as Sia Bani. Let's go. So guys, when you joined Instagram, did you guys join Instagram with the objective of becoming influencers? Okanye nivesinje na join nje because someone said there's this thing where you can post pictures and people can double tap.
I joined because I wanted to be Sia Bunny on all social networks. And then I started posting, and then it didn't happen immediately. Maybe after like 2 years, I was like, I think I have more followers than most people.
When a Melody?
My friend was like, there's this thing called Instagram. I'm like, yo, what is happening? I logged on fashion only. I was like, Bona, downloading, I am entering the space, but I never knew it could be what it is today because there weren't a lot of South Africans at the time. We're just like looking at international people.
For you, Sarah, how did the transition then go from, oh, let me just download Instagram and just post 1 or 2 pics to let me actually curate these things with the objective of making money?
So the content I started off with on Instagram was curated. I found that Instagram was the platform where I could display my love for fashion. It started off with like outfit of the day, because there was a thing, hashtag. And that was my thing, you know, my campus looks. I also had a very unique appearance because I used to have like braids and have them high up in a bun, and everyone used to think I was Solange.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, and then I went to Fashion Week. I met Melody, Jerry, and they were heavily in the fashion industry already, attending Fashion Weeks, going to events, and I just became a part of the cult, you know? We put everything we did online. People loved it, they enjoyed it, they wanted to consume more of it, and here we are today.
Sia, what does it take to run an Instagram account like a brand, like a business?
It takes a lot of intention. So it's not something that just happens automatically. So even if you are quite stylish, but the way you take the pictures, that also requires a certain level of creative direction. And also, you kind of have to gauge what the people that follow you are into, especially if you're trying to build your platform or you're trying to grow your audience and keep it engaged. So it's not necessarily posting to please other people, but you kind of also see what part of your taste do they enjoy the most. So if, for instance, whenever I go to events and I'm really super over the top and those posts get all the engagement, then I'll try to curate my content more in that way.
Melody, how do you balance keeping yourself and keeping your social media as a way to interact with Abantu that follow you, but also having that business perspective and also curating?
My stuff is super curated. Maybe not super, there's an element of just like sometimes being spontaneous, but the trick is to never allow it to look like you try too hard, because people don't like that. People love effortless, people love to see that this is your lifestyle. It should never look like it's something that you are putting on, because very quickly people will be turned off and go to someone else. So they come to your page to enjoy your lifestyle, not a lifestyle that you put on.
Sia, with your account, what part of your life do you absolutely not put online?
I don't share a lot of my family life because I feel like they're not interested. Like my family is not interested. So I just keep that part sacred. And also it allows you to just be in the moment when you're with them instead of just being here the whole time. It's like, okay, this is a no-go zone.
I must delete that selfie with my gran.
So, have you ever experienced online harassment?
No, people like me.
Sarah!
Oh, Nyanbo, Nene.
I know, you definitely have some stories. You definitely have some stories.
For me.
You definitely have some stories, girl. My question is to you. After you put up that picture with the animated tears, did you have to block anybody from that experience?
No, because I think I'm very open-minded in hearing people's opinions. I am on social media because I understand it's a two-way dialogue. I will never deprive people from their opinions, just as much as I have an opinion sometimes about people getting iPhones and champagne as an apology gift. Other people also have...
was also that.
Other people also have opinions about certain things that I post online. So the thing about social media influencers or anyone that is a content creator online, you have to be willing to accept anyone criticizing your content. I feel like there are people that have harassed me, that have been unnecessary, that could have handled maybe their opinion in a better way.
Yeah.
I
Polite.
also, we don't have to be mean. We can't be polite online, but I also feel like social media has become a channel where people can hide behind a profile picture and, express other feelings that have nothing to do with the situation
content.
and the content and offload it there. And we become the
target,
receivers.
yeah.
Everybody can see here in Dobana, sitting here, we are very beautiful people.
Yeah, well.
And as a matter of fact, sometimes the DMs Zetu are extremely lit. Now, one of the weirdest things someone has ever said to me in a DM is that uthandazela a one-night stand nam. What is the most drastic thing anybody's ever said to you?
I've received very inappropriate DMs, pictures sometimes. It's
Yeah.
quite interesting.
Oh, wow.
But I think, with those interpersonal relationships, it's not online, it's you interacting with the person. I'm a real person as well. And, for example, my relationship with, for example, my husband, he knows the kind of person that I am. He knows I ain't trying to entertain no DMs,
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's the key thing for all of us. We need to differentiate ourselves and our real lives from the DMs, from the comments and the pictures, and because it can get to you, it can get to your head. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many DMs. I'm so hot. No,
What is the one thing that stands out to you where you are like, yo, this guy is thirsty for my attention?
I've had people offer me money, lots of money.
How much money? 5 figures, 6 figures? In dollars, even they're offering.
Usually in dollars.
Guys,
for like
bet you are
reply.
rough.
It was actually a girl a young
Yeah.
lady who was offering herself to myself and
hello.
my husband, and it was.
Oh, to join.
To join.
Not to steal you from your husband.
Oh, group work.
But then I was discussing it with my husband. He's like, no, I got the DMS. I'm like, this was serious.
She's serious.
I was like, God damn. It's a real person, a real, umuntu, all right, a person who looks, decent. You would not think behind the scenes of Instagram, busy nama. So I politely declined.
As these ladies are making me feel like namngenile man ku Instagram a long time ago.
Kodwa ke sisi yazi into nitsho mama sakulate ngoku because the age is not on your side. Mhlambi ke abantu abazindanga zam, singangena kula business. While Usnazo recovers from that burn and that shade and a little bit of Inkuku spice, Masambe's case study careful. We'll be right back.
After the break, our panel concludes with a chat about how to build a brand and how to keep the coins rolling in.
Welcome to Umgqibela kaNtoyi man of the hottest close-up right here on iReal Koboza. Right now, ngicela sithethe ngemali.
This is the part you've all been waiting for. By Mali Nzwanjani ku Instagram, and here to give us the scoop on how to be the best influencer possible, we return with our panelists Sarah Langa, Molale, as well as Usia Bani. Guys, thank you very much for being here.
Okay.
I think especially for this part of the conversation, this is about to get
That's
nasty.
it, I'm going home.
Okay. Sia, we always defer to you as someone who's coming from that corporate background of knowing how to turn social media into a business. What kind of figures are we looking at?
Black women specifically are in the forefront of the influencer industry.
Yes.
Like, more than anybody else. It's like we are where it's at. So we call the shots to some degree.
Yeah.
Ala, when you're collaborating, niyaziphiwa ezimpahla nezi goodies on top of collecting a check afterwards.
Yes. I think when you, personally for myself, if you've been in the industry for this long, you kind of make your own rules, as to say, and you demand your own pay kind of thing, because even though the numbers might not be as big as someone else, but because I've been in the game for that long, I have believability and longevity, so brands tend to trust me. So as far as what I charge, I charge. Ballpark. So if you're working with like a once-off type of thing, right? You can make anything between 10,000 to 20,000 per post.
Right.
But if you're working with like I worked with a skin brand. I was a face of a popular skin brand.
Yes.
And I made chankuras. I made money. Like if I wanted to buy a car, I could have bought a car. If I wanted to buy
In the hundreds of thousands in that ballpark.
of course.
Hey, Chonga, even the way that she says, of course, she throws it like
No.
hundreds of thousands is nothing.
No. I get it. We're trying to get an idea. So in the bottom half or in the top half of hundreds of thousands.
I wouldn't
I'm
even
gonna say
mention
top.
it if it was
in the bottom half. Okay.
Ngale kwangale.
So you could have bought yourself a nice German machine, a comfy one, had you wished to do that
Bought
with the
myself
money.
and my mama.
Is there a brand that you're saying, I would not work with this brand?
There are certain brands that don't speak the same language as me. There are certain brands that don't support, the things that I support. So there are many, many brands that I've put in my trash basket that I'd never touch. And other times the products are not for me. They are directed at other people, and it wouldn't look authentic should you find that product on my Instagram.
What we do is, it's also costly. We have to pay for photographers.
Guys, now looking at the fact that the influencer career is on the rise, would you say that there's still space in the market, or would you say that it's saturated at the moment?
There is always
lot of
space.
There's space.
Lalela, there is room for everybody. Remember, we're all different. We're sitting here, the three of us, but we represent almost different markets. You know what I'm saying? And brands see different value in all of us. So you might come in with a different thing that, brands are like, over the three girls who've been doing it for a very long time will go with the newbie. He's got this, he's got that, he's got that. So there is space for space.
I also
If you've
think-
got an account, if you've got an Instagram account, go for it.
Yeah.
Sarah?
And it's not only like what we do, like influencing in fashion, makeup. There's just so many different genres of influencing that's out there in the world.
So I'm saying if you're 16 and you're thinking in 3 years, I want to be there, I think you should start.
You should do it.
Ladies, thank you
There
very,
is
very
so
much.
much we could say, but there's only so little time allocated to us by Mzansi for sure.
And of course, abantu ababukela u-SABC1 mazasibetha uba sikhe sadlulela kwixesha lale nto idlala ngo-8. With so much info to sift through, Betuna, we wouldn't blame you if you watched the rerun on Monday. Enkosi kakhulu to our fabulous influencers and the most glamorous women, and Langa, Melody Molale, and Sia Bani as well. Guys, your knowledge is worth 30,000 a post.
Dollars, please. I predict, guys, that we're going to be seeing so many new influencers.
Yep.
Abazoqala ngomvulo sana download the app kube lit.
Sazuba lit, sazuba ooh,
Yep.
ooh, ooh. But until then, we must love and leave you so you can start remaking yourselves. Kodwa ingoko yaqhubekeka on our social media pages, and they are official Real Kopoza on Facebook and at official RGB on Twitter and Instagram.
Like hashtag ningaboyilibala ke bantu iti Real Kopoza. For more personal experience, ungazama pha uyonqonqoza at Samora_Mangesi okanye ungazonqonqoza at Sinazo Yolwa. The results may vary. Terms and conditions apply. Good night, bantu. Download any data and make your lives great. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye.